What do they wish they told you? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia. Here I'm hosting the moment for another love pick a card reading. We're looking at what he wishes he told you, something that he wished he could have changed, what happened instead, and what he would like to say to you now. So you can choose a pile based on the image, the color, the number, the emojis that resonate with you. We have 4 piles here. The timestamps are below. These are timeless readings, so it should resonate whenever you watch this. And it should resonate with you no matter what your situation in love is. Don't try to make it fit, but obviously if it resonates, I will present multiple different ways that it could depending on your situation. With that, I want to say thank you so much for those high frequency, beautiful souls that I'm connecting with. It means so much to connect with like vibe folks who are very high-minded and high-hearted. It's good to know that you exist out there. Okay, sometimes it's like going through these comments. Sometimes like who's coming on to these tarot channels and just trolling or like not using their intuition or their discernment or not coming forward with kindness and understanding. I don't know about you, but when I started watching tarot on YouTube like a decade ago, like if I didn't have anything nice to say, I wouldn't say anything or click off or find a tarot reader that resonates more with me. Like I wouldn't insult the reading, the message, or the reader. I would just understand it's not for me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hey, beautiful pile 1. The 17th card of this deck called Trials. We're looking at what he wishes he told you. All right, so what's something he wishes he could change? What's something he wishes he can change? Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference, okay, and rejection. Through the sting of being left out, we discover our inner worth. He really regrets how he came off at the time that you two were kind of just getting to know each other, just meeting each other, just starting to talk and get to know each other. I feel like he was kind of trying to play it cool, and he was talking to other people, and he wasn't really considerate of your feelings. In his mind, he was kind of in a fear state himself because he was thinking that this is so real that I'm going to make it seem not as terrifying and not as real by kind of viewing this as just another person I'm going on a date with, just another person I'm talking to. Deep down, they knew that there was a special connection here, and it freaked them out. So they kind of purposely talked to other people more, or, you know, act like they weren't just talking to you, or kind of like, you know, kept it at a distance, like a friend level, or like they would talk to you sometimes, but like kind of not talk to you other times, like respond back to your messages and stuff. And kind of like over their social media, kind of show that they're connecting to other people, other potential interests. Even if he wasn't interested in them, he was just kind of keeping up this facade that everything is kind of casual in his life right now. And he regrets that terribly because he knows that how he made you feel. He didn't know it in the moment as much because he was concentrating on his fear and like not freaking out. But over the years, or over the weeks, months, years, however long it's been, he's been thinking about that. And he's like, why did I do that? Why did I make her feel like not special? Why did I make her feel like I was talking to other people? Why did I make her feel like I didn't want to talk to her every second of every day when we first met? So he has some regrets there. So what does he wish happened instead? Too many options. Yeah. And prosperity. He wishes that he kind of appreciated this time in his life, where he felt like he could connect to a lot of people. Like he's doing so well that so many people are connecting to him, instead of feeling like he feels like he wronged you. But I think it's because he felt like he led you on, or he kind of like he found you, right? He found someone that he has a really good connection with. And then everyone that came into his life afterwards, he kind of like showed attention to, or even around that time, because like he didn't want to play up how important this was for him. But he was like letting himself feel guilty about it. He's trying to switch his mindset to feel like, that was a really good time in my life where, I met some really good people and potential love interests. Maybe I should have not felt so guilty of finding someone that I really liked. And then like I feel like he felt like he was like cheating on you, or he felt like kind of guilty for some reason. But he's like, I should have just felt like, if I'm not going to date her, I'll just be single and I'll just talk to everyone. But I think he gave you a sign or some sort of indication that he would commit to you, or that this was going somewhere, or that there's something here. And he did feel something there. I just feel like he's tired of feeling guilty about it. I do feel like this is something he keeps playing over and over in his head, that like, why didn't I just like play it cool with everyone? Like, why didn't I just stay friends with her? Why didn't I just like tell her, like, why did I have to like go and fall for her? Or like, because I feel like he kind of like fell in like with you like immediately, and like then followed it up with like another date, like, hey, can we go out again? Or things got like hot and heavy pretty quickly, or he was like promising and committing to things that like he didn't like he didn't keep his word on, because he felt like, oh, but we just started hanging out, we just went on one date, or we just whatever it was, we just started talking. Like she's not gonna feel like we're committed, right? Just because I said those things, it doesn't matter, because it was still early on, right? And so there's like a bit of guilt in how he handled this, because he was in a place where he wanted to just be single and have fun and talk to people. And maybe he didn't really want to exactly date, but he kind of felt like maybe like when it rains, it pours. I feel like he just got into a place where he was just starting to get out there, just starting to date, just starting to talk to people and talk to girls as friends again. Maybe after a relationship, train whistles, confirmation. Like he just got out of a relationship, or he just like, started getting back out there or something. And then he found you. And then he hardcore committed to you like immediately. But then like he wasn't done kind of just like getting to know himself and like just talking to people yet. So there's a little bit of like guilt there, but like he feels like he shouldn't be guilty. But then he did some stuff that like he shouldn't have. So it's this kind of like weird thing. Like, was he dishonest? Was he unfaithful? Did he lie? Or was he in the wrong, or was he not? Was it okay? Was it not really a big deal? Of course it's a big deal, because he hurt your feelings. And you might have thought he wasn't being completely honest with you, but for him, like, it was like, yeah, but I didn't even know. Like, we just went on this one date, or we just started talking, or we just, like, I didn't have any, I didn't have to hold up my end of the bargain. I didn't have to, like, I didn't owe her anything kind of thing. So it was like, where's the line? Who's right kind of thing? Okay, what's something he wishes he told you? Our sign. I look for you everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of funny because he gets so many signs and synchronicities about you. And it's like he knew that he liked you when he met you, and he knew that there was a connection there. Like, there was definitely something there. But then, like, at the same time, he was being swarmed by a lot of people that he was maybe interested in, could be interested in, was attracted to, or, maybe they were friends for a long time and just came back into their life somehow. But that's kind of how it happens, right? Like when you find someone that you really like, you might also find a bunch of other people that come through. Like it doesn't happen always and all the time, but I feel like for this person's energy, when they were just getting out there, they were just reintroducing their new self, not only to themselves, but like to the world. And so like they didn't want to hold themselves back, but they knew what they had in you. And funny enough, now, like ever since that time, they see some things that remind them of you all the time. All the time. So I feel like for most people, this is something where it was kind of like you might have dated this person before, you might have ended up dating this person afterwards. You might be still in a relationship with this person, or this is something new. This person just came into your life and you're just kind of wondering like what's going on. But either way, I feel like this person, they can't stop thinking about you. They feel like, why did you have to come into their life at that time? Everything would have been perfect if you came at a different time, like just a little bit later. Or if they kind of kept you, like, kept in touch with you, kept holding on to you, and kind of went through this kind of like single phase, or kind of got out of their system what they needed to get out, and then like kind of still had you to be friends with, or to kind of step back into dating with, or something like that, which I know isn't fair, but I feel like this person's like, why? I missed out on this person. Why didn't I take them up on their offer then? I was just being swarmed by a lot of energy back then, so I couldn't like if I had to pick, and I picked, and I don't know, I feel like they regret their decision sometimes, and it's because they see signs and synchronicities of you everywhere. And what would he say to you now if he was right in front of you? Talking, interested, awaiting messages, text calls, emails, talking more. Yeah, I do feel like they would be willing to talk. If it happened organically, you two kind of like happened to kind of see each other again, they would definitely be more than welcome. They would definitely be more than interested in talking to you. Even if you're with someone else, or if they're with someone else, or if both of you are single or whatever, they would be interested in talking to you, because you're the one who kind of got away. You're the one who kind of kept being stuck in their mind. Moon. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. Yeah, I feel like they would want confirmation from you that like both of you made the right decisions. Isn't that what we all want for people, that like people, place, situations, decisions that we've made, that like confirmation, like, oh yeah, we made the right one, like we picked the right person, or we made the right choice in that situation, we moved to the right thing, we chose the right career. Like it's so awesome to get that confirmation sometimes, right? If you keep it, like if this a mystery is still growing in the back of your mind. So I feel like if they bumped into you, or you bumped into them, like you two would definitely be willing to talk to each other and just be like, yeah, like, so what ended up happening with your life? Like, what did you end up going into? Because like you find out more about yourself and more about life as you grow older, right? You get older and wiser, learn more about everything, right? And so I feel like there'd be like some sort of confirmation that in the conversation that you're having, that like you two made the right choice at that time, either because you both are with the right people now, or moving into the direction of being with the right people, or maybe that you two kind of found each other. This is for very few people in this pile, but you found each other again at the right time, and you didn't meet each other at the right time then. And everything kind of happens for a reason. That's kind of what I'm getting here. It's like both of you would get that confirmation. And whether you do talk to this person again or not, I feel like there's a confirmation message in here for you that like you made the right choice, you know, and what they were meant to do, they were meant to do, you know, what was meant to happen was meant to happen. All right, so if you stuck around for this song at the end of the reading, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, like a comment. And I have a bonus message for you, which is a message from his higher self. So what would his higher self want to say to you at this time? Nothing has gone wrong. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Trust the process. This connection is divinely timed. Yeah. So I do feel like a sense of like faded reconnection. For some of you, it's just like a catching up with each other and like kind of getting that confirmation that like, yeah, like, you know, we were young and foolish, or like things wouldn't have worked out, or like maybe we would have had a good relationship, but like it would have fell apart because of our circumstances or something, like, you know. Or maybe you come together and it's like, oh, you know, we would have been great then, but like, you know, time has passed too much and like we're different people now. Or you're with the right people now, or maybe it's the right time to connect. Like it's a good thing that we came into connection now. So whatever your situation is, you can come out of it with this message from the higher self and spirit in this pile that like everything happened the way it was supposed to. Okay. Nothing had gone wrong. And we are nature, becoming grounded, embodiment, living in connection. This is kind of energy that like feeling good with where you are, like no matter what happened with this person, no matter what's happening in their life or in your life, like you're so in tune with your nature, with your body, with your mind, with your soul, with the divine, that like nothing can shake you. I feel like you're in a very strong position, Pile One, where it feels like a major energetic closure of a cycle. And if it isn't just one person, it's like multiple people, because like a cycle of your love life has come to an end. Or this could be a specific person that meant a lot to you, or it could be a few people that meant a lot to you. But I feel like there's some sort of love cycle that has ended, that might have ended a while ago, but the energy did not, if that makes sense. So like, and then like kind of coming back to like, we're all connected, we're all playing out these stories, these divine stories, and you know, we're all interwoven into each other's lives in a highly divine way that not we can't see like the full picture of, you know. And so it's kind of like coming back to that like realization that like, you know, when you get to the side, it's kind of a feeling like, oh, everything's good. You know, everything's always good. And 15, the Devil card. Okay, wow. So I do feel like with the falling on the Talking card and the Moon and the Prosperity, funny enough, I think the energy is going to be reversed. I feel like they're going to come in at a time for, this is, I know, take it with a pinch of salt, but like I do feel like their energy is coming back with a bunch of other romantic interest energies from the past, from the present, from the future, but it's all coming in at once for you. And it's kind of interesting. I'm hearing this energetic chat. So I do feel like there's a lot of romantic interests that are energetically connecting to you from the past, present, and future. Some you're closing out, and that's why you're connecting to them now. Some you're bringing in, and that's why you're connecting to them now. And some that are in your life right now that you're kind of putting them in a category, in a place. So I feel like that's why you're moving ahead so confidently, is because you're organizing your love life somehow. Like things are ending, new things are beginning. And so you're kind of cleaning out your closet kind of in terms of your love energies. So that's really interesting. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get like a message from this person, and maybe some messages from other exes or potential love interests, past, future, again, past, present, future. I keep getting past, present, future, so it's kind of like maybe a little bit of each, kind of showing you from spirit that you're moving positively forward in your love life. Everything happened as it's meant to, And there's a lot of prosperity coming in terms of love. So you're probably getting a lot of love options from past, present, and future, I'm getting. So interesting time for you, pile one. I feel like the roles are kind of reversed in regards to this person from what happened then and with them. And then now it's happening with you, but they're like trying to come in as this person who knows that there's a connection here and is now one of the many. Interesting. I don't know if that's you. I don't know if that's your MO, if you kind of like call a lot of people to you or not really, or you're kind of quiet when you're dating, quiet on the date scene. But I do feel like you're going to get a lot of love interests, a lot of messages, a lot of energetic and physical and in-person messages, past, present, and future. So it's all coinciding somehow for some reason. I think it's because this huge change is happening in terms of your love life, positively. All right, pile one. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, I really appreciate it, like a comment. And if you want more of these readings, I'd recommend you subscribe. I post a love reading every Friday. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. And I wish you much love and light. Hi, pile 2, with the 24th card here saying healing. We're looking at what he wishes he told you. Let's get started. What's something that he wishes he could change? Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. And envy, turn green eyes into a force for self-improvement and inspiration. Okay, so I do feel like they wish they weren't so jealous. I feel like something back in the day or something recently, there's something where you just got out of a relationship and they were really jealous of the person you dated last, and I think you might have even told them, like, I don't know if I'm ready to date yet, like, and it's been too soon, but you couldn't help, whether you two got together immediately or waited for that reason, they couldn't help be jealous of the person you dated before. They're really envious of them. Or you were in a position where you were making radical changes in your life, really, really positive, huge transformations, and they were jealous. They were envious that you kind of got out of this kind of like stuck situation or something. Maybe this dead-end job that you both shared, or maybe you both were dealing with some sort of addiction and you kind of managed to get yourself out of it. Maybe kind of stuck in some sort of poverty mindset, or feeling stuck in your career, not knowing where you're going, or kind of, feeling like kind of depressed and getting out of the depression and feeling happy and healthy. Whatever it is, I feel like this person was jealous of you, and I feel like they this person had been kind of in the background, they've been kind of waiting, they've been friends or whatever with you, and they were kind of talking, they've been kind of keeping their eye on you or something like that. They kind of knew that they liked you, and they had an eye on you, but then they felt like you kind of made this huge transformation and got ahead of them, and they're stuck here and you are on a different level or something, and they feel jealousy. So I do feel like whatever happened, like when you first met, or I don't know, whatever this was for you, they were feeling jealous, and that's not the best way to start a relationship or to be in one. That's not a good place. It's like if you're jealous of your partner in that way for too long, and it's like an underlying thing, that it's gonna be a fracture in the foundation for sure. It's gonna cause problems later on, kind of thing, right? So what he wishes happened instead: finding the missing piece. Yeah, I feel like he wasn't whole himself, and that led him to kind of just like maybe not treat you correctly or treat the relationship right, like always ignoring you or kind of lashing back at you or getting mad for no reason, or just like taking off without a reason, or not replying to your messages and getting mad or like insecure out of nowhere, right? Yeah, happiness, yeah. He wishes he was happy when he got into this connection, so he didn't make all those mistakes. What I'm also getting is that he also saw you kind of struggling, like you were going through this huge change, whether you were just getting whether you're just ending a relationship or whether you're just ending a chapter in your life and starting a new one. He saw you kind of struggling, so the fact that he was jealous of you is kind of like a bit worse, because he was struggling too, so he could have been like use that as a way to support each other and to cheerlead each other and be there for each other and support, right? But instead, he kind of just was mad and angry and took it out on you in little ways. And it might, for some of you, I'm getting like, it wasn't even so obvious. It was just like little like underhanded remarks and stuff like that. And you're like, wait, is he, or, you know, like there's like some like friction here. Like, is he mad at me? Is he jealous? Like what, like, is there, like, what is, I can't even like say it because the energy is kind of like, you don't even know kind of thing. Like you're trying to like pinpoint it. It's like anything you try to pinpoint is like kind of reaching. You're not really have any concrete evidence about one thing or another thing, and you can't really put your finger on it either. And it's because of this. It's because he had this kind of like jealousy. And instead of seeing that like you were going through the struggle and hardships yourself, and like him, he for some reasons he still saw you as someone who was doing better than him. Like you had the guts to go change your life when you didn't like him, like it, and he didn't. So he got even like he like doubled down on his like frustration and anger and resentment towards you. Does that make sense? Like even though you were going through a hard time, like you chose to like do something about changing your life, and he got jealous of that. He seems like he figured it out now, because wherever you guys are, because he's like, oh, I should have came at that like in a happier spot. Like maybe I should have waited to be in like good within myself before jumping to this connection, because he was even jealous of you when you were going through a hard time. You know, like it doesn't make sense. It's like just because you even the fact that you were making change, even though you were struggling, you were making change towards something better, and even that was like in his eyes like so many levels up than where he was, which was just like sulking in his unhappiness. I think he was aware of it though. Maybe he was trying to make a transformation too, but he didn't know how to, or you know, he didn't want to come to you with that and like have you two work together and figure it out and help each other and support each other. Like, I don't know, there's something missing here. I feel like you were open with him though. It was like very obvious that you were going through a transition and you were doing something to make change in your life. So yeah, there's something about you being open and him not, and then him garnering this like jealousy when you were struggling too. I don't know. If it makes sense to you, like let me know, because it kind of makes sense to me. All right, so what's something he wishes he told you? Give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let things flow. Yeah, I feel like he knew that like if he just came at all of this in a happier state of mind, things might have had the space to grow and be better. I feel like he was the one who was kind of jumping in. Like, he didn't want to waste time because he felt like he had a window of opportunity. Someone's going to come and snap you up. And he's like, I'm going to take my chance now. But like, it was wrong timing. You know, he wasn't in the right time. He wasn't not in the right energy. He was not the right timing. I kind of remember there was like this guy I liked back in the day, and you know, we were kind of like acquaintances. We would chat every once in a while. But after some time of knowing each other, we're like, oh yeah, we should you know, grab some coffee sometimes. Like, okay, yeah, sure. And then I forget, like it was a day that we were supposed to meet, and like I think the morning of, I was like, yeah, like I'm sorry, like to have to do this, but can we reschedule? I'm just like, we're not really in the right headspace right now. And we did, and then like we went out for coffee another time, and it went like great. We ended up like talking more after that. But he asked me like, why did you reschedule? Did something come up or something? And I'm like, no, I was just in a really bad headspace that I knew that if I went out, like I would have not been a good person to talk to. Like I would have completely like killed like even an awesome date, or even if you did the best you could, like I would have killed it no matter what with that attitude, like the headspace I was in. So like I thought it would be worth it to kind of pick a better time. And he appreciated that. He's like, yeah, I never really did that, but I totally get that, because he's someone who kind of went through we both kind of went through kind of like depressive states at that time. And so like he kind of understood. He's like, yeah, I know what you mean. Like I wish there were times that I did that too. And I'm like, yeah, because like when you're in that phase, like there, you know, like you're gonna have some off days, you know. So like it's interesting that he said that. But anyway, give it time. You speak to me through music. Yeah, you are constantly on his mind still. He is reminded of you through a lot of music. I don't know if you share the same music taste, or it's just like the lyrics of certain songs that makes him remember you. But even back then, like he would think about you all the time, and he would think about you in such a high, like in a highway, in such high regards that like he couldn't even say it. He couldn't even speak it into sentences. Like he had to hit the music, the lyrics and the music is what like allowed him to express his feelings and his thoughts for you. But when it came around to like being around you, he was just kind of frustrated, or you know, he just vented his frustrations, or got fed up with himself, or didn't know how to say it. You know, I keep getting frustration because like I know how I feel about you, because this is the music, the lyrics, that how it makes me feel. Those are the sentences I want to say. But when it comes to being around you, he gets frustrated, and then he takes it out on weird ways. But yeah, he wishes like he might have kind of just like sent you music and stuff. Memes and lyrics and poems and images, just like things that remind him of you, to kind of show you that like how much you mean to him, until he got in good enough place to like say it to you for real, you know. He wishes he could at least speak to you in that way back then. All right, and then what he would say to you now if he were to come across you in this moment. The runner, fear of intimacy, running away, intensity, letting go. Yeah. And unity, oh my goodness. A time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. Yeah, he would definitely admit that like he was sabotaging this connection. He had so much he needed to work through. He was in turmoil over like having you in his life and figuring things out. And if he were to come across you today, he would tell you all that and want to give it another shot, for sure. For sure. He'll tell you, like, I'm tired of running. This is something special. You know, I messed up. There's so much going on. I didn't know how to handle it. And all those kinds of things. All right, pile 2, if you made it to the end, you can stick around for the bonus question. Thank you for staying till the end. You know, please leave a like and comment, of course, if this resonates. All right, so the bonus message is a message from his higher self. Beware of codependency. Addictive behaviors are affecting your romantic life. Yeah, I would be careful, because I feel like even if this person came back into your life or is trying to come back into your life, or if they came across you would want to, I would be careful, because they still have this kind of like, I love you, I'm going to run. I love you, I'm going to run. Like, they still kind of have that energy inside of them. They were kind of dependent on you to find that missing piece and happiness, and they didn't find that before. It depends on your situation. Pile 2 is going to be different for different people who pick this pile, but healing is the theme here. And I feel like you have to really be healed yourself to understand if your person is healed too. So if you feel like you've done enough healing within yourself to recognize when someone else has done enough healing to be in a harmonious, like, productive, happy connection, then, you know, sorry, this motorcycle is driving me, like, it just ruined, it just broke my concentration. Sorry, 1 second. So funny, I just put new signs for those, for vehicles, and for a motorcycle, it's like a solo journey or solo trip. And if it's like a positive motorcycle sign, then it's like a positive solo trip. And if it's negative, like that motorcycle noise that was so annoying, that broke me out of my concentration, it's negative. So it's kind of like, yeah, beware, because like, it seems like he's still on that negative streak and he hasn't really fully become whole yet. But that's just for most people. For some of you, like, if you've done enough healing, you can tell in a conversation with that person that you know for a while, a few conversations, if they are in a good place, a healed enough place to come into a harmonious union with you, or if they're not. So I would definitely be aware of that. Okay. Rapture. Sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, pleasure. Yeah, there's a reason you two keep coming back, and it's because the passion is so hot. There's a lot of fire there. And passion is not a bad thing in a connection. It's a sign that the two of you are meant to be attracted to each other for a reason. You two are good mates, are compatible for a reason. And a lot of times, for example, if this is like a twin flame connection, it's like a runner chaser dynamic, or it's something similar to that, or it's like a high level soulmate or a karmic connection, or whatever you want to call it. If you feel like there's intense passion there, that's not a bad thing. But if it feels like it just builds up and then it breaks off and they run again, or you run again, or something like that, and you feel like they haven't found that true happiness within themselves and you haven't either, then, like, you know, this is like a divine connection meant to kind of just teach you something, right? And at some point you're gonna realize, like, okay, like, if the relationship doesn't match the passion, then there's a disconnect. You know, obviously you two have really strong energetic bond, but if your physical life doesn't match that energy that you two hold, it's never going to work. So it's like you two kind of have to bring the energy of your physical lives to the place of your passion and that energy, or it's never gonna work, right? Or you can't like hold on to this in the physical. It's like always gonna keep breaking apart because it's so strong, it's so intense that it's like hard to like hold on to that if you can't bring the rest of your life up to keep that consistent and build a foundation around it. So it's kind of like there's a burning fire here, and it seems like it's long lasting. But if you can't build the protection around the fire, you can't build a home around the fire, if you can't build a sanctuary where you can see each other every day and talk to each other in a respectful and understanding tone and way and grow with each other, then that fire is just gonna burn everything down, over and over again. So it's like kind of like, you have to match that energy in every other aspect of your life. Otherwise, it's gonna just keep burning everything up, right? Interesting. The last card here is the Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of passion here. If you two can get to the place where you can be together without constantly needing fireworks, you can be calm around each other, you can keep it like under wraps, you can keep it consistent, then there's something great here. There's something grand here. But do you know how many people can rope in that kind of energy? Like, you have to have incredible amount of spiritual stamina, and like mental mastery, discipline, and you have to be both on board. Yeah, it's just, you can let it be what it is, or you can both grow with it. Especially if one person is growing and the other person isn't, then that's going to be troublesome. But you two will keep coming back together until one of you kind of ages out. By that, I mean like one of you kind of like evolves out. Like if both of you evolve out of this back and forth energy, you two can sustain that high frequency energetic bond between the two of you in the physical reality. But if not, you two are going to keep coming back together physically or energetically until one of you evolves out, if that makes sense. All right, I guess this is for my twin flame girlies and twin flame guys. Yeah, this is just, reality. This is truth, right? All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a comment. Let me know if this is still a theme in your life, the twin flame thing, how you feel about it, or if you know anyone else who's going through this, or if you've seen this pattern before. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 3. With the 20th card in this deck says waiting. We're looking at what he wishes he told you. We'll look at something he wishes he could change first. So what's something he wishes he could change first? Healing heart. Healing from heartbreak. Freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. And illusion. Seek reality even if it's raw and challenging. All right, so I am getting strongly that he was he was not happy about the fact that he let his disillusionment about his past relationship kind of muddy the waters for this one. Yeah, I do feel like even if this wasn't a relationship that ended way before you two kind of got together, or even if it was like somewhat more recent, I feel like there was so much attached to that he didn't heal. So no matter how long ago this ex or the situation with this person was. I'm getting, for most people, it is a past romantic relationship. For others, it could be like, with the parents or someone that had addiction in their family or something like that, or addiction themselves. But I feel like for most people, it was like a romantic love situation in their past that they never worked through, so they still had baggage, and they let it kind of cast a shadow on this connection right from the get-go, before this even started. All right, so what he wishes happened instead. What does he wish that happened instead? Online connection and healing. Yeah, I do get that he wishes that he did the healing. Like, he looked to online resources and found videos, or maybe some, like, someone he can talk to, like a therapy session, get advice from, find like a support group in, or something like that. And the other side of this, I also think he wishes that he could like chat with you more. Like, I feel like he wishes that you two kind of had long online conversations more, maybe while playing video games, or maybe while just like, I'm getting chat, like actually typing out, so like either typing out or even through text messages or something, or some sort of messaging app. Like, I'm feeling like he wishes that you two kind of talked more on that format. I feel like he feels like it's like easier sometimes to talk through messages and in person. Like, I feel like he has an easier time doing that because he can like edit and stuff like that. Like, he's better with his words through messages than in person. Like, he can take his time to respond. He can like say it how he wants to say it. He feels like he can better explain his emotions through messages, if that makes sense. Or at least when it's like something that this important, or at a time when you two kind of like didn't know each other too well. Like, he wishes he messaged you more, because like it was easier for him to kind of convey his feelings and like work through things in that way, especially when he like doesn't know you too well yet. Yeah, because I do feel like seeing you face to face, it kind of like not disarms him, but like he puts up his defenses. It arms him. It puts him on the spot, and he doesn't really like that. And also, like, I'm getting like, he likes you, so he has a crush on you, so he's gonna mess up and say some things, and he's gonna look at you and think you're pretty, and then like get distracted, and like it's too much. It alarms him. Yeah, that's the word. Okay. And then, what is something he wishes he told you? Cycles, fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. I'm hearing like run its course. Like, he feels like he should have ended things properly before starting this. I think he didn't even realize that he has something to end. Does that make sense? Like, he didn't even realize that like something was still weighing heavy on his heart, and jumping into a relationship and then being confused and why it's not working out. It's like, oh, well, maybe there was so much healing that his heart still needed to do before he could fully give it to someone, So I feel like he wasn't even aware that he had cycles going on that were really heavy on his heart that he needed to deal with before he could fully come into this connection. I bury myself in work to forget you. I feel like in the connection, when you were oh my God, I'm stuttering now. When you two were together, he would often kind of just work a lot because he didn't know how to be there for you. He didn't know what was wrong with him. He didn't know why why he felt so weird about the relationship or the connection, why it should be going well, but it's not. And he felt I'm getting like a pit in his stomach, like he didn't know what it was. And here you are, like waiting, like being like, there's an awesome connection here, you know, when he's fully here and present, he's awesome. But like, it feels like most of the time, like 90% of the time, he's just like elsewhere, and he's like literally burying himself in work. He's kind of like anywhere else because he's ignoring this healing work that he needs to do in order to come into this connection properly. And the reason he probably felt safe to do it with you is because your love was real. Your love is healing. You brought in that energy with you. And he felt that energy, and he felt like, okay, this is a safe, his energy at least, his subconscious was like, this is a safe place to do your healing work now. And then all this like stuff is coming up for him in regards to past relationships or past issues with parents, with any trauma that he has. And now you're here just trying to like hold space, but he has so much coming up, and he's associating all these negative things that are coming up for him to heal with you in this connection. Does that make sense? Okay, and so what would he say to you now if you were to like be in front of you right now? Sword and rose, clarity and truth, revelations, honor and protection, determination. Yeah, I definitely feel like he is aware of all of this now. I kind of get that here too. It's like, if he's aware that like, oh, I wish I like did some healing back then, like he is doing it now at least, or did it already. But like, if you have that awareness, like, oh, I should have came into that relationship with more healing, then you know he's done some healing to figure that out. And star, hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. So the good news is if you're with this person or considering reconciliation, or wondering how things ended up for them and for both of you, how if it was the right move, Spirit is saying yes. Things are finally in a good place. So even if you two are not together right now, but kind of moving on to have moved on or moving on to your own path in love, things are in a really good place for both of you. You both are on the healing path and in a really good place to find love or to nourish love that you already have. It's a really, really good spot. If you two are thinking about coming together, there is really good energies for you to kind of do that. Both of you have healed, learned your lessons, and they're very aware of it. So like, even if you both aren't completely done, or even if you are, like, you can finish that up together, or you can learn and grow together. And so there is a real possibility that if the two of you were to give it a chance again, it would be successful this time around because of the healing that you both did. And at the least, like, even if you guys don't see each other again, or if you do come across each other, he would probably want to tell you how grateful he is and how much he learned, how much you've grown because of this connection, and that you deserve to be honored and protected. And if no one else is doing it at the time that you two meet, you're single, he would definitely jump on that. But if not, like, he'd be happy. He would make sure that you're in good hands, kind of thing, you know? He'd feel very protective over you. All right, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed that reading. I'd really appreciate a comment if you did. If you stuck around to the end of the reading, I'd like to read a bonus question for you. And that is a message from his higher self. You are enough. The person you are meant to be with will love you the way that you are. You don't need to change. So I do feel like there's something about, like, in the past and even now, you kind of keep yourself on this, like, healing journey. You don't just I feel like since you've been on this healing journey, you don't just date for the sake of dating. Like, you don't just, like, get into a relationship for the sake of getting into a relationship. Like, you're waiting for the right one, or you only go on dates if you feel like there might be something there, or you feel guided to. So I do feel like you have come to this place where you've recognized your value and how special you are and what you bring to the table and what you're looking for in a connection. And so it's kind of like you're enough, and you don't need to change yourself to be with someone, and they don't need to change to be with you. You're meant to find someone as you are. And that's like the power of healing, right? Like you can fully be your authentic self. And if you don't have to always put on a mask, if you don't always have to lie, if you don't always have to like overexert yourself or try to be who you're not, you'll have more energy, you'll have more power. And not only will you have more energy and more power, because you're not using it in like other non-essential ways, like other ways that like are more difficult, you have more energy and power in who you are. So everything will come easier to you and make you happier because it aligns with who you are. It's what you want to do naturally, what you like doing, what you're good at. And so it's like, that's the whole point, right? That's why I like relationships that just work, where you accept each other for who the other person is. It's just easy and it flows and it works. And it's because of that. Like both of you are like, oh yeah, this is someone I can accept the whole, like their whole, all of them or most of them, you know? It's just like what you're willing to accept and not accept, right? Based on who you are and knowing yourself and coming up with those boundaries yourself, right? Okay, what else does higher self want to say? Release the petals, transformation, death, and rebirth, shedding, all change. Yeah, I do feel like you're in a really huge transformation in terms of your love life. I feel like you've gone through the tough things and now it's like good things ahead. Hard times are over. Look forward to abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. So I do feel like a whole new leaf is turning over, and you're definitely entering a new cycle in terms of love. Like things are going to be completely different for you in terms of love. Like your relationship is going to be different. The way your role in a relationship is going to be different. How you behave, how you act, what you want, your goals are all going to be different from anything you've ever experienced in your love life in the past. So there is a huge major cycle that is happening for you, a major change, transformation in your love life. The old is ending, the new is beginning, and you deserve it. You've been waiting for it. You did the healing, you did the work in order to deserve this kind of love. It's so surprising to me when some people like feel like they deserve this like high level of love, and then I ask them like, oh, so what have you done to, you know, become that person, or are you that person now? Like, you know, have you worked on yourself? Do you know what you want? Like, and like you, and people don't understand that, like, you know, in order to achieve and sustain that high level of love, you have to achieve and sustain that high level of love within yourself. And I know that's like cheesy and like overstated, and so many spiritual content nowadays, but it's like, it's so true. It's like, if you haven't done the inner work to deserve that, then you're not going to get it, right? And you can trick your mind into thinking you deserve it, and then you believe it, right? So there's like shortcuts and stuff, but for a lot of us, we have to do that inner work in order to truly believe it, embody it. All right, so last card here. The Six of Cups, which is reunion, and it came out in reverse. So I feel like it's like a new reunion. I feel like what you thought you were going to have with this person, I feel like you find with a new person. And this feels like a reunion. It feels like a reunion from the stars. I feel like this person feels like they're from outer space. I feel like they're like the perfect person, but they feel like they're not from this world, if that makes sense. It's like, oh, no wonder I couldn't find you. You didn't even live in the same place that I did, you know, or like you didn't even come from the same world that I do, or, you know. So I'm getting that kind of feeling. It's like, oh, I would have never found this person if I didn't do all this healing. And then like divine source energy brought them to me, because like there was no way that this person who matches me like this would have found me. Like they're not even from the same world. Like, you know, maybe they live at a distance, or like you two would have never crossed paths, or like there's something like that. It's like you two are like so like, but there's like a union energy here. So it feels like this is like a soulmate, but like such a high level soulmate. Like I'm getting starseed energy, right? It's like you two are both from like different constellations, but reincarnated here as starseeds from different species, but as human species this time around, or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe the same species. I don't know. Something. I'm going kind of highly spiritual here, but like it feels like that. If we're gonna break it down into more 3D terms, it's just kind of maybe someone who you would have never came across if it wasn't for some miraculous circumstances, right? They lived at a distance or something like that, or the type of world they live in. Maybe they come from like a really interesting world that is like only a very small percentage of people experience or aware of or know, or something like that. Yeah, like the mixing of worlds, something. All right, pile 3, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, I really appreciate a comment. If you would like to hear more of these readings, I have a playlist of all my love pick a card readings below in the description. And you can also subscribe for weekly love readings posted every Friday. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 4, with the 33rd card in this deck, and it's Romanticism. We're looking at what he wishes he told you. And we're going to start with what's something he wishes he could change. What's something he wishes he could change back in the day. Camera, reminiscing, keepsake. By her cheapscape. Perception, learn from the past, and make memories. Immediately, I got that he wished he took more pictures of you, that he commemorated more moments with you, celebrated, made things a little bit more special, even the little wins, and spent more money on you. I'm getting spending more money on dates. I got that, like, something about, like, when he got money, he spent it on himself or with his friends or his family or something like that. And he didn't spend as much on you, whereas you maybe spent more on him, or you gave him more, like, attention, and you would do those little things, like, if, like, he got, like, if you finished that project at work, you'd, like, make him, like, buy, like, his favorite, like, dessert or something, or, I don't know, you just kept, like, things, like, happy and excited and warm. I'm getting, or even if you didn't, he just wishes that, like, he appreciated those moments more. I'm getting that he's, like, looking back at he's looking back at some of his pictures on his phone, like his old pictures, and, like, he's realizing that, like, he doesn't have any pictures of you. Maybe he has some of his exes more than he has of you. He has more pictures of his friends or something more than he has of you. And he realizes that, like, you're always the one taking pictures of him and, like, being cute and asking to take a picture here or there when you guys went somewhere, like, scenic or something. And he's realizing how much you did. Aw, that's cute. But also sad, because why didn't he do it? Judgment. Judge less, understand more. I feel like he took you for granted a little bit. Like, he might have wondered, like, why you dressed the way you did your hair and makeup the way you did, or why you had the friends that you did, or why did you have the interest in hobbies that you did. There's something a little bit about, like, he didn't give you the respect that you deserved, or he didn't value you and make you feel special for who you are and what, like, what you liked and what you did, and different aspects of you, different parts of you. I'm not like embarrassed, but I'm getting like he didn't think that he, like, I don't know, like you were on the same level as him or something, or like if not that, then it's just kind of like he didn't have self-respect, and he didn't appreciate himself. He didn't give any value to himself, so how is he going to give that to anyone else, kind of thing, you know? Like if you were willing to go out with him when he's in that kind of position, then he's going to start lowering your value or something like that. Maybe he started to go out with you because he cherished you and valued you high, but then he kept judging you because he was judging himself. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, but there's something about like he didn't really cherish you the way that you were supposed to be cherished, the way that you were meant to. Okay, and yeah, like he didn't give you as much attention that you might have deserved, or like not even attention, but like energy, effort, or something. Okay, what he wishes happened instead. Eat your heart out. Yeah. He wished he like showed you off more. He wishes he brought you to more places. He wishes he chose you over his friends sometimes, and he wishes he spoiled you more. He wishes he made other girls jealous. That he was taken by you rather than making you jealous that all these girls are looking at him. You know, like he's understanding how he made you feel, like small. You know, maybe not like in big ways, but like these little things kind of add up. And he understands like how he must have made you feel just by like non-action. You know, if like all these girls were chatting him up, he wasn't like, okay, like talk for a second, like, okay, I have to get back to my girl, or, you know, like, oh, I have this amazing girlfriend, do you guys want to meet her, or something, like, or like, sorry guys, can't talk too long, I have to get back to my, like, you know, just like, or like, yeah, like I just got this big payday, I just got this big bonus, you know, like. And the guys are like, oh yeah, let's go out tonight, let's do this, let's do that. Like, sorry, like, you know, my girl has been there for me and she supported me through this. Like, I owe her a awesome date. Like, I'm gonna take her out for an awesome date. Like, he didn't do things like that, or even like small things like small win, like, oh, she just got this like small win in her career. She was so happy. She didn't tell anyone else. She told me. She was so excited to. And she didn't expect anything from me, but I should have done something for her right then and there. You know, like these like little things. Like he realized he was like totally like absent. Okay, so what he wishes happened instead: lighten your load. He wished he would have been more of service to you, like that love language of being in service. Like I feel like that's what you did for him. Like you were trying to help him out. You're always trying to support him. Oh, that's so cool. I'm seeing a cloud go by and it's in the shape of an eagle. That's really cool. Anyway, and that you were supporting him through his like career changes or his issues with certain friends or family members, or you know, some issue with health that he was going through, or his financial struggles. Like, it seemed like you were always there to support him and help him. And, like, he wasn't doing the same for you, so it's kind of like a double burden for you. I feel like this person really messed up. I feel like they took you for granted. And they didn't fully appreciate, or couldn't fully appreciate, how much you did for them back then. I feel like it almost like broke your back. Like I feel like for some reason I feel like it feels like you didn't mind supporting them here and there, but they were so heavily they kept like relying on you more and more, and you didn't realize that they were kind of piling on, and now all of a sudden not only were you taking care of your own life, but you're taking care of theirs as well. on top of everything else that you had to take care of. Like, so it's like it doubled your workload and you didn't realize it because it was like it was just like adding like a few files on top, adding a few more files, and then you end up just realizing that there's like this like such heavy like work that's piled up on your table. It's falling over, it's heavy, and you're like, how did I get this much? Like, you know. Yeah, I'm getting I'm hearing like gross negligence. Like, I feel like they really put you in harm's way, and it didn't happen overnight. It happened over like day after day, week after week, where they just kept piling on to you, and you were really in a bad way after all this. And they didn't really see anything wrong because their load was being lightened, you know, but they're just putting all their stuff on top of yours, and that caused issues. And the thing is, like, they couldn't even see it, you know, they couldn't even be. I feel like it's only recently that they realized. So if this is someone you haven't talked to for a long time, or someone you've been talking to recently, it's like only recently, only until very, very recently, did this person realize how much they put you through, and how much they didn't do for you, and how much you did for them. Interesting. Okay, so what's something he wishes he told you? Sexuality, someone is still figuring themselves out. And I am afraid to contact you. Okay, and that's, yeah. So I feel like this person feels like complete injustice towards you. Like, they completely did you wrong, did you dirty, and they really, really, really want to apologize, and they just don't know how. I feel like they put you in a really bad place, a really bad predicament, and they didn't handle things right. There might have been a health situation involved, or a child, or a family relationship. Money, a huge sum of money or property. I feel like they owe you a huge apology, or I feel like I'm here to rectify the situation. Like, I feel like they really need to make peace with this, and the only way they know how to is just to reach out to you and like tell you how much they understand now what they didn't understand then, they put you through. I think on some level you knew that this person didn't completely wasn't even aware of what was going on. Like, obviously some things were like obvious, but but they never really fully knew the extent or something. Maybe you were keeping something from them, or maybe they were just like immature and unable to understand the consequences of their actions or non-action, or the extent it affected you or all involved, or something like that. And now that they, like, it hit them like a lightning bolt, like, I feel like they really need to say sorry. They need to apologize. Like, I feel like they can't even sleep at night until, like, they do. I feel like this person is just figuring out who they are and just starting their healing journey and stuff. Just awakening. And so all the biggest stuff in their life is hitting them first, and for some reason you keep coming up. So whatever happened between the two of you, I think you know, pile 4, this is your pile. Like, it was a big deal. A very big deal. All right, and so what would he say to you now if he were to be in front of you right now? The dragonfly. Lighthearted, adapt, finding out, and change, things coming to light and heal. I definitely think he would approach you more kindly than he ever has before. And he's definitely going to come to you, like, making sure that you don't have to be afraid of him, that he's not going to hurt you, and that he only has the best intentions, and that he will, won't cross your boundaries and only talk to you or reach out to you or whatever, according to what you're comfortable with. And he only wants to make things right, and he only has love for you in his heart, and he always wants to do this if it's of light and it brings healing to both of you or one of you. And that's it. That's all he can hope for. He's just hoping that, like, he wants to contact you, but he's more scared that you're going to be afraid of him, or he's going to hurt you just by bringing up these memories or something like that. And that's why he's like trying not to contact you, but I feel like this person will. There's like an overwhelming emotion coming through. Like, I'm feeling like I want to cry. So I do feel like this was a hard thing for you or for them to kind of process right now. I feel like they're really processing it, and their heart goes out to you because I feel like this person just had to come to Jesus moment. Like, I just feel like they just kind of like are seeing the light for the first time or something, and they're like, this is one of the first things that came up for them, and it's hitting them hard, and they're like crying, but not crying for them, and they're like on awareness and they're healing and stuff. They're crying for you, for what you must have gone through, what they did didn't help, or how they weren't there for you, or how you must have to do this alone, or something like that. Like, how you must have felt going through all these different things, or something like that. Oh man. Okay. And Eagle. Oh my, did I literally say, like, somewhere in this reading that, like, I just saw a cloud that looks like an eagle? That's crazy synchro. Okay, you will soar towards your destiny with a greater clarity and strength. Wow. Okay, I have to look up that meaning. All right, I just did a quick Google search, but I would look into this in more depth afterwards. I'll probably post it in the description below, but yeah, seeing an eagle shape in the cloud can be interpreted as a sign of personal power, opportunity, and the potential for success in soaring to new heights. Yeah. Soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. It's kind of a sign, like things have come full circle for you. So when this comes around for you, even if this person doesn't reach out to you personally, maybe they will energetically, at the very least, telepathically, right? But even you just healing this energy yourself, there's like a full circle moment here for you. And that's how you know you're ready to, like, go on to, like, much bigger and better things. Because it's like, that's a sign when something like that big in your life is not just healed. Because I feel like you heal this, but then you get confirmation from the outside world, like this person doing their healings in regards to this and acknowledging, validating, and confirming this for you, which I don't want people to expect. Like, you're not always going to get confirmation from people that they're sorry, or, that you're going to get closure from this person or whatever. That's why I say, like, even if it happens energetically, that's great. But just to get that kind of confirmation from the universe through signs and synchronicities, or even from that person reaching out, like, it's going to be a huge sign for you that, like, wow, some of your biggest traumas in life that had to be healed has come full circle. Because it's like experiencing it and then, like, healing it is just like half of it, right? And then it's just kind of like being able to live with it, right? And then there's completion, and then you can, like, move forward to the next thing. So I do feel like, wow, this person, even that they are too also ready to move into the next part of their life in a positive way. And we have romanticism here, so it's like, it seems like both of you are about to enter a really good romantic relationship, not with each other, with someone else. But this is a huge sign that your love life is about to change for the positive. And not only yours, but like you helped affect someone else in your past, someone you might not have the most best wishes for or pleasant vibes for, but you also helped them, these people who are your enemy, someone who did you wrong, and you even helped bring some light into their life, which is really, really special. That's how brightly you shine. All right, pile 4. That was reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like or comment if you resonated, and if you stuck around this long, I have a bonus message for you, and that is a message from his higher self. So let's see what his higher self want to tell you. Actions speak louder than words. If you want to know what someone is feeling, watch what they are doing. I feel like this person, the reason that they are thinking of you so strongly is because they're going through a similar experience right now. So either that they're having like a full-on like spiritual awakening moment where all this stuff is coming to them, and this is one of the bigger things on their plate in terms of things that they need to heal and work through, or they're going through a similar experience in their life with someone else. Karma is happening to them or someone that they love, or, they're having the same situation play out in another relationship. And they're getting more clarity on that. They're learning the lessons, right? So if you see this person on social media or something, like you can see that, you can probably see that they're in one of these two situations, right? It's not going to come from people randomly. Nothing's by mistake. But it's a good sign that, like, if all the people who did you dirty, or not even did you dirty, but even all your exes or ex-friends, or like people you had a romantic interest in or had a romantic interest in you, if you have such a bright light and you worked on your healing and you became this awesome person, that your light affects everyone that you've touched over the years. Every soul that you've touched, you affect their light to be like growing and healing, becoming brighter too. That's a sign of your power, right? Like, you're such a bright, shining soul that every time you evolve, everyone that you touch with your light evolves too. Which you might be thinking, like, why? I don't want my ex to be doing that. Well, that's, first of all, only low frequency people think that way, or people who are still in their hurt phase. If that's the case, you should probably not watch this reading or any of my readings, because they're really high frequency. Get out of that energy and then come back, right? But how beautiful is it to know that anytime you evolve, any person that you've touched with your light, they evolve with you. And you want them to, if they did you wrong, down and dirty, like, they're becoming a better person because of you. They're thinking of you, and they're going to help you grow your light too, because, it's kind of like, your light helps grow them, and then their light and positive karma helps grow your light, right? So it's a good thing when the people that matter to you, even if they don't matter to you anymore or you don't care about them, are doing well, because like, you were a part of that. You're a part of their success. You're a part of the reason that they are doing better, right? And they're part of the reason why you are holding that much light. Let's phrase it that way, because you don't have that much light without that much darkness, and so they definitely help you reach that much light, but probably because they gave you that much darkness. But like, once it's all done and over with, and you put enough space and time between situations like that, people like that, and you can always be grateful for how strong they made you and how much brighter they made you shine, right? Eventually, all things, right? And held. Sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, community. Yeah. You know, it's nice, it's good that even sometimes your enemies or people who did you dirty, if they think about you fondly, like, this person was nice, like, they helped me out, like, especially people like us who, especially people on this channel who are really kind-hearted, kind-souled folks who help people most of the time. 51% or more of their life is, helping others, doing good in the world, being authentic. It's nice to know that, like, even if you've been hurt so badly over the years, in small ways or bigger ways, or just neglected, abandoned, or not understood, not given attention, or did completely wrong, dirty, deceptive, manipulated, whatever, hurt, to know that, like, even through those circumstances, you didn't dim your light, or you didn't dim it too much, and you kept shining your light, and eventually all these folks are going to be, like, remember you, and they're going to remember you in a bright light, in a shining divine light, except for, evil psychopaths. But besides that, most people are going to come full circle once they finish their healing and then think of you positively every now and then, which is going to give you more power and shine your light even brighter. So it's nice to know that the good guys win. Okay. Last card here. The Queen of Wands. That's right. You are a spiritual leader. Not only that, but you're fiery, you're creative, you're inspiration, and you have this goddess energy about you. You're very attractive, and you deserve a romantic life. You worked your heart out to achieve that, and you have it. It's here. It's yours. You will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. I feel like it's not just in love, because I feel like with the Queen of Wands, always, like, she's a spiritual leader. Not only is she a spiritual leader in her home, in her relationship, in her family, in her community, but she is one, in the community, in her work, and her creativity, and her channelings, and her intuition, like so, and your guidance, and your love, and your nourishment. So it's more than just your love life that's going to be taking off soon, pile 4. Just to let you know, I feel like there's a lot of good karma coming back your way. Especially if you let me just speak about spiritual stuff for a moment. Because we're in a place in humanity, in this place in human history where so many people are awakening. There's like a group collective awakening happening. There's so many people are going through this kind of like awareness and doing the healing work and looking back. And so you're probably going to be getting a lot for the next like few years, like a lot of that good karma coming back to you. See how it all kind of works out in the end. Anyway, pile 4, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. If you like this reading, resonated, I really want to hear your story. Let me know what part resonated, because it's a very specific reading. Leave a comment. It really helps me out. A like, share, and if you want more of these readings, I'm posting Love Pick a Card readings every Friday. If you want more now, I have a playlist in the description below. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I wish you much love and light.